Hey there everybody, Charlie with NHORC. Today I'm coming at you with a real quick first look at the Element IFS2 Conversion Kit. So this is a conversion kit for the TrailRunner and the KnightRunner that have the independent front suspension setups on them. Now, if you've seen my other video, link in the corner here, you'll know I have had some complaints with that independent front suspension, mostly that there was no ground clearance because of how deep the front suspension module was, and it caused a lot of high centering, a lot of problems like that. So Element, like a couple weeks after I shot that video, announced this with little to no fanfare, and I put in an order immediately. These retail for $99 on places like AMain, affiliate link in the corner if you want this. But I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown of this, what's here, and then there'll be another video about doing the build and the install. So first look at the box here. Again, I don't think I've seen any pictures of this anywhere online. Licensed by Camberg Suspension Systems, independent front suspension conversion. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So we've got some details on the side here. Sorry about the lighting. I'm at not my normal workbench, but I wanted to just bang out a quick video on this. This is the picture that everybody's been kind of seeing about this, and you can see in the picture that it looks like it's a lot shorter from here to here, which is nice. So on the back, we've got some additional information and photos, telling the features of it. I'm very, very excited about this. And then just some other, kind of decoration, nothing interesting on the bottom, anything like that. So oddly, obviously it's got the regular seal here, but this is also a punch out. So we're going to punch this out and see what's in here. I'm going to do this one-handed. Is this a... Oh my god. Sorry about the lighting. This is like a display unit. That's pretty awesome. Let me get this the rest of the way off. So here, this looks like maybe some kind of scale accessory for a garage, potentially. I'll play with that after. And then we've got the whole unit. Now, I thought I was going to have to do some building here. This is designed to just sit on a store shelf like that. So it even comes with front shocks. I didn't realize that. So this looks like it's going to be a much easier job than I'd originally expected it to be. So that's super cool. The background looks like it's inside of a shipping crate that you'd pick up with like a pallet fork. So I'm gonna cut this open and come right back. Okay, after cutting it open, I was greeted with this Element pinball machine. You can use chopsticks, styrene tubing, drinking straws, or similar for legs. Just attach legs to the inside corner and open the ends of the pinball machine. So at the end of this, I'll try to assemble whatever this pinball machine is. We'll see. I'm pretty interested in this. All right, let me get this the rest of the way out. So real quick, looking at the inside of this, there's definitely, Element likes to put scale garages on the inside of their boxes usually, and this one is apparently a full-blown pinball machine. So I'll get that assembled in this video and we'll take a look at that because that's super cool. As far as what comes in the box, we've got the assembled front unit here, the version 2 independent front suspension kit. So we've got that. It also has other improvements beyond just ground clearance. It's got a better steering rack in there to reduce bump steer. And in addition, with the changes to the steering rack and front suspension geometry, it should now turn to 45 degrees, which it looks like it's turned pretty far out. So that's really cool, really nice to see. Other stuff in the box, some random screws. We've got some little parts here that are going to be required. That's a new skid plate with a lighter angle than the one that comes in. We've got our manual and a fresh sticker sheet, which is cool to see. Some of these things, obviously you've got your standard logos and stuff, but some of these are new, and I like to see scale bumper stickers. I love them. I have a lot of scale bumper stickers, little video game pixel art dogs almost. Cool to see. So I'm gonna unbolt this out of here, and we'll keep looking at it. So this is a really cool way to ship this thing, honestly. You would see something like this on a real setup almost. So they've included these, they look almost like little jack stands that are screwed in to hold the thing together, as well as, I'm assuming, what are probably some temporary frame rails. So I would assume I'm probably not going to use the frame rails, and these are just going to kind of bolt in. Everything's just going to kind of bolt right up. But I could be wrong. It could actually replace you know, the whole front module. So it'll be really interesting to see how this goes together. I really love that this comes fully assembled. I thought I was going to have a bunch of work to do, and this is just much easier. So you can see these are all fully functional out of the box. The suspension feels good, maybe a little stiff for what the truck is. And I'm also seeing that the springs here, interestingly, are only on the lower half and don't go up the second half like normal springs. I'll have to compare that when I do the build to see, because I think the springs go all the way to the top in the other setup. So you can see back here, it's even got the front diff, or yeah, the front diff already assembled, so you've got an input shaft there. So theoretically, yep, if we spin the system, that spins. Took a little bit of moving to get going, but that feels relatively smooth for the amount of reduction that's going on in there. This should have an underdrive on the rear, I believe, or an overdrive on the front. When you manipulate the steering rack, you can see that whole piece sliding back and forth. You can kind of see it from the top too, where you've got kind of like a double. You can see the servo horn is right here. So this means that this right here is a placeholder for the servo. The servo is going to bolt directly to that, and then like literally straight up to this steering horn, which is cool. And that's actually an aluminum steering horn in there, so that's great. This is a super nice little piece of kit. So it's definitely going to reduce or increase the ground clearance. Definitely going to increase the steering angle. That steering angle is great with those little fake brake calipers. You can really see the angle on those now. That's super nice. Yeah, we'll get it installed in the truck. Once I do, there'll be a link in the corner to the how to install video. So that means the only thing that is left is to assemble the adorable little pinball table. We'll see what that's about. Alright, so I've got the pinball table, I think, all cut out. There are basically no directions beyond using like chopsticks for it, but this is pretty fun. So I'm going to attempt to assemble this on camera best I can. I think I'm just going to use some double-sided tape, and we'll see how it goes. I haven't looked online for instructions, but given this thing just came out, I kind of doubt there are any. I had mine on pre-order for a couple of months, so we're going to build this thing and see what happens. Alright, so there you have it, the Element scale pinball table, I guess. Again, it would normally have feet, so you just cut some feet to sit however high you want, but I think this is actually a little too big for 10th scale. That'd be a pretty big table in comparison to a 10th scale. I don't, you know, if you look at the front suspension, it would be giant. But it's pretty close. I think it should have been a little smaller. But yeah, that's really cool. Folks from Element, if you're listening, please include instructions on how to assemble these next time. Because I don't know if I did it right. I don't know if that's where that goes. I don't know if that's where that goes. But it's cool, and it will sit on my desk somewhere. Probably not this desk. This desk is covered in Hot Wheels. Thank you for joining me for this little unboxing and surprise how-to on how to build a cardboard scale pinball table from Element. If you like this, please subscribe. If you get questions, put them in the comments below. I'll answer as best I can. There is going to be a separate video on installing this into my TrailRunner it should be pretty much the same for the KnightRunner, Nightwalker, since this is the same for either kit. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. So as always, have a nice day, YouTube. I'll see you next time.